Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz-Madsen, and today we're reading Nehemiah 8:2 through 10:39. Today's daily walk brings up a great point. If all your printed Bibles and verses were suddenly taken away from you, how much would you have hidden away in your heart, like it says to do in Psalms 119:11? Just another reason to be in the Word daily. I'll be honest, I am not good at memorizing verses. When I was in the theater industry, I could memorize almost anything. But then as a broadcast journalist, I intentionally dropped that skill set because you want to know your facts and information, not memorize and regurgitate. Now, I'm once again trying to bring that skill of memorization back since I'm back in the theater world with my daughters in community theater and I sing in a band and I'm trying to memorize lyrics to the songs that I sing. So it's kind of amusing to me that it's something I used to be able to do and now no longer can. But if you're able to memorize verses, great. If not, just be sure to remember the biblical concepts and teachings. And most importantly, either way, hide them in your heart, just like the Bible says. I also like today's insight about the reason the people needed the law clearly explained to them, because it had been at least a generation since they had spoken Hebrew. Sure, we think the Bible has parts that are very hard to understand, but at least it's in a language we know, am I right? They remained standing in place 3 hours while the book of the law of the Lord their God was read aloud to them. Then for 3 more hours they confessed their sins and worshiped the Lord their God. That's Nehemiah 9:3. I think sometimes we get tired of standing when the church asks us to stand while they read from the word of the Lord. So 3 hours of listening to someone read the Bible, followed by 3 hours of confessing sins and worshiping God. Can any of us say we have ever done anything even close to that? I know I haven't. Most of us struggle with the 15 minutes or so a day that it takes to do these readings. Am I right? I know it's easy to say, well, life is different now, or it's not like it used to be. But if we say that God is number one in our lives, shouldn't we spend the most time in our day honoring, worshiping, and learning about Him? Just some more food for thought. I know I'm so annoying with those, aren't I? Also, if you haven't been able to keep up with the readings, I have a strong suggestion for you or for a friend maybe that you know about that has fallen off. Maybe you want to consider joining us for Job, which starts on May 16th. Or if you have a friend that just wants to start, that might be a great time to join us. Why? Because it's all about suffering and why bad things happen to good people. I just feel like we all struggle with those concepts, no matter where we are on our spiritual journeys. So maybe there's something in there that'll help us gain some understanding, and maybe someone that's on your heart that's coming to mind right now needs to join us. They can buy the Bible and start on May 16th. And if they want to do the whole Bible, they can continue into the next year to read what we've already read. Just a suggestion, something to maybe pray about. Tomorrow is Nehemiah 11 through 13 and the end of another book. Happy reading! This episode is brought to you by Travel with Friends. An aspect that sets Travel with Friends apart from other travel agencies is their hardworking and personable team. When you call their office assistant will give direction and guidance with kindness and grace. The travel advocates that oversee each tour steward your travel details and make your dream trip a reality. They also work diligently alongside the flight team to make your air travel experience seamless. Once you arrive and start your tour, our ground team's hospitality and knowledge will elevate your trip. If you want a personable and reliable travel company, just give Travel with Friends a call at 501-379-9226 or email them at friends@travelwithfriends.com.